Hello everyone, we are here to define the terms that are coming from the last couple of chapters of The Great Gatsby. So let's begin. First term is abyss. You probably have all heard this word before. It means a gaping hole, a bottomless cavern, or chasm, you might say. If you've read Pit and the Pendulum by Edgar Allan Poe, you know that the pendulum is swinging over a great abyss, a great opening or chasm. Aesthetic means anything concerned with beauty. You talk about studying the aesthetics. You're talking about studying the arts or some kind of appreciation of beauty. If you're looking for something commensurate with your level of experience, you're looking for something corresponding or equal to it. Corresponding in size or degree, something that is in proportion. If something happens and you need a witness to corroborate it, you need a witness to confirm what happened. You need a witness to give support to it. So Nick corroborated that Tom was definitely on the phone and it wasn't with his mistress at the end of the book when he takes the phone call from George about the car. Despicable means deserving to be hated. Anything that is despicable is seen as worthless. Perhaps you feel that way about many of the characters in the book. That's very possible. Expostulation is the act of discussing, the act of examining. For example, even though Nick tried to expostulate with Gatsby about this reckless and careless crew, Gatsby was still going to do what he wanted with regard to his love for Daisy. When something happens by sheer coincidence, you could say, if it's something good, that it happened fortuitously. It happened by, or was occurring by chance or luck. How fortuitous that I ran into you right outside the door. How fortuitous that Nick ran into Tom on the streets of Manhattan before he went back to the Midwest. Her voice is indiscreet. At one point, it is said in the novel, her voice is imprudent. It's not careful. It lacks good judgment. A person can be indiscreet when they're not necessarily behaving or doing the right thing. Interminable means that it seemingly has no end, like the lecture in When I Heard the Learned Astronomer. Seeming to have no end, because the speaker in that poem was really bored by the charts and the diagrams and all that. Inviolate means not violated, so it means something that is pure, that is sacred. The national parks are inviolate places, they're just so perfect and so pure. A libertine is a free thinker, especially when it comes to matters of morality and religion. At one point in the novel, Nick says that Tom went from being a free thinker to a prig, and that's somebody who's really stuffy, a libertine to that. Magnanimous, magna meaning large, anima meaning spirit, so large in spirit, very generous. A magnanimous person is extremely generous and open-hearted. They could have a lofty or courageous spirit. It's a good word, a positive word. Orgiastic means, coming from orgies, unrestrained emotion. Now, Fitzgerald actually uses a different spelling on this. He says orgastic, and we think he meant orgiastic, which means a really emotional term, right? And that's at the very last 2 pages of the book. Portentous means relating to omens. So remember we had fortuitous and we were talking about good luck. Well, portentous means the same thing. It's relating to some kind of warning, perhaps. Doesn't have to be good, though. Fortuitous very often means something good. But there could be a portentous stillness that hung over the campsite right before the storm. Redolent is aromatic, something that is scented, something that smells very good, like fragrance. To be under scrutiny is to be under like a searching study, an examination of something, a very careful one, scrutiny, a kind of inquiry perhaps, or inspection. When someone is truculent, they are belligerent. Thank Tom. He is very harsh, very cruel, very brutal, truculent. The afternoon in the Plaza Hotel was tumultuous. At times it was loud, it was excited, the atmosphere was emotional, marked by upheaval. Things are going to change. There's a tumult. Marked by upheaval. And the last word, vicariously, means experienced through the imagination. Through imagination or sympathetic participation in the experiences of another. So you might say, oh, well, I will live vicariously as you snowboard down that mountain, and I'll stay here ensconced in the ski chalet instead. I will live vicariously through you. Okay, and that's the end of the terms. Thank you.